Yo, what's going on, guys? Back with another round of my Blu-ray pickups haul update. I got about 11 titles or so this time around. So let's start things off with the Universal Horror Collection Volume 6. So yeah, I've been hearing this is the best one out of the 6 volumes so far, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to it. This includes The Black Castle, Cult of the Cobra, The Thing That Couldn't Die, and The Shadow of the Cat. And when this first came out with Volume 1, originally it was supposed to be the Boris Karloff collection along with Bela Lugosi. Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi collection. So yeah, then Scream Factory decided to instead have the Universal Horror Collection. So that's pretty cool because we got a bunch of other movies included as part of this set. So yeah, so we'll see what happens with this one, man. Can't wait to check it out. Next up, I got another new release, Hollywoodland. Been wanting this one for a while, so it finally made its Blu-ray debut with Adrian, Brody, Diane, Ben Affleck, and the late great Bob Hoskins. So if you're not familiar, this is the story about George Reeves, the original Superman, who was on the TV show back in the 50s called The Adventures of Superman. And I also talk about George Reeves in my documentary, Haunted Homes of Hollywood. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link down below. You can check it out. So yeah, so I haven't seen the picture quality on this one yet, so I can't really report on it. But yeah, it's pretty plain inside. Just no artwork or whatsoever, but at least we have it on blue. All right, next up is The Trip to Greece, which is the fourth film from Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon in the final course. The first film was called The Trip, then it was The Trip to Italy and The Trip to Spain. But I believe they first began doing a TV show called The Trip until they, ventured out and made these movies. And, there really isn't much of a story here at all. It's just a conversation. They're out having fun, just talking whatever comes to mind. And it's just really beautiful, really scenic views and, good food. That's all it's about. It's just a hangout type of a film. So, yeah, got that one. And it's funny because the Trip to Spain was released by, I think it was released by Shout Factory. But this one's released by IFC Films. So there you go. And I'll show you the first three. So there's a Trip. But yeah, you can actually check this out no matter where you are in the world. I believe it's, yeah, definitely region free. So that one right there. The Trip to Italy, which is really beautiful, man. They go out and check out, Rome and various parts of Italy. And The Trip to Spain. So there you go. Fun films. Like I said, no story, but it's just really beautiful. If you want to kick back and relax and have something nice to watch, definitely check those out. Also picked up the Shout Select release of the Nutty Professor collection starring the legend Eddie Murphy. So yeah, Shout Select, if you're not familiar, is put out by Shout Factory. So I actually own these films as part of the original releases that was put out by Universal years back, but I wanted to get this one mainly for the supplements because you get, new features. And just check out the films again because I hadn't seen it in a while. And you can't go wrong, man. This was only around $17.99, so not a bad deal at all. Let me show you inside. The only drawback is you get the first two films on one disc, and you get the supplements on disc 2. And you get some artwork inside. Let me show you. And I just love the dinner scene, of course, man. And part 2, when they're at the buffet, grandma rolls in. It's just pretty funny. I'll cut to a clip right now.
Crazy? You know something, Cletus? Come on. Come on right now, Cletus, because I'm going to tell you something. I got a razor in this bag.
Oh, yeah? I'll tell you what. That ain't even no bag you got in your hand. That's your titty.
Cletus.
Oh, what about that? You got a whole bag of a titty.
Jesus.
An old bag with old bag titties.
Damn it, Cletus.
You out your mind?
It just never gets old, man. It's just hilarious. All right, moving along with Wedding Crashers. I got this for around $5, and I've seen this film a million times, so obviously I wasn't in a rush to, pick up the Blu-ray. But for $5, I'm like, what the hell? Finally time to get it. But I love this one too. Really cool movie. Also, another cheap release is 10 Things I Hate About You. I think this was around $5 or $6. I remember seeing this with a double bill in 1999 with Office Space. So fun times back then in the theater, man. And I love these teenage comedy movies. And again, this is one that I've seen so many times. So for $5-6, definitely worth picking it up finally. Also got a 4K release of Anna, which is directed by Luc Besson, who also did, of course, The Professional and Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. And this film's alright, nothing great, but not terrible. It's just a solid popcorn action flick, and it has that female, John Wick vibe throughout the movie. But pretty solid 4K presentation. I would rate it about a 4.5 out of a 5 for the picture and sound. But yeah, so got that one. And love the chick in this one, and she's pretty badass. Also picked up the Criterion release of Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times, and this one's been out on Blu-ray for many years over, but I already had a few Chaplin films that were part of my Criterion collection from years back, and I picked up a couple more recently. I've seen this film so many times over, so I wasn't in a rush. And the thing is, with Criterion films, there's just so many wonderful international movies that I just didn't want to spend all my money at once on Chaplin films. I wanted to see films from Italy, from France, German movies and whatnot. So I'm like, I'll pick this one up eventually, but really happy to finally have it now. So yeah, Modern Times from the great Charlie Chaplin. Got another 4K release, Bad Boys for Life, starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Really enjoy this film, man. And I completely forgot to mention this one in my previous updates. Just, I have so many movies all over the place where it's just, it's hard to figure things out sometimes. But nonetheless, love the chemistry between these guys, man. And honestly, I wasn't even expecting the third one to be made because we hadn't seen a Bad Boys movie since what, I think 2003 with, Bad Boys 2 at that time. But who knows if we'll get a fourth film, but third time's a charm, man. Really loved it. All right, next up, I got a German film that's put out by Music Box Films called The Captain. And I'm a sucker for these World War II German movies, man, especially in glorious black and white cinematography. And this had rave reviews across the board. I actually forgot what year this came out, but it's not that old. I think it's within the last 5 years or so, something like that. But yeah, really fascinating story, man. And this includes a booklet, and you get the disc right there. But yeah, I love these German type of films, man. And also check out Downfall if you haven't seen it, starring the late, great Bruno Ganz, who recently passed away, I think, like a year ago or something. I think this is the greatest performance by any man to portray Hitler, man. No doubt about it.
Jeder hat mich verlogen, sogar die SS. Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge.
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Nicht als Feiglinge, verreiter Versager.
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich.
Die Generalität ist das Geschmolz des deutschen Volkes. Sie ist ohne Ehre.
So yeah, I actually have two releases of this one. This is the Shout Select release. Also got the international release, but I prefer the international release because the picture is just too soft for the Shout Select edition. But this includes a lot of interesting supplements. But for better picture quality, I would go with the international release. And this is region free. So yeah, Downfall, man. Epic, epic movie. And last but not least, got the film noir High Wall, starring Robert Taylor and Audrey Totter. And this is put out by Warner Archive on DVD. So hopefully we'll get the Blu-ray release going at some point. We'll see. But yeah, I saw bits and pieces of this film years back on TCM, on Turner Classic Movies, but not the whole thing. So thankfully I can check it out now on DVD. But I really love what TCM does on Saturday nights and also Sunday mornings. They have a thing called Noir Alley, which they showcase film noir films, and usually around midnight on Saturday nights and Sunday morning. If you miss it on Saturday nights, you can check out the repeat. And it's hosted by Eddie Muller. Cool guy, man. He's like a film historian, and he really knows his stuff. Also the founder of the Film Noir Foundation. But anyway, so that's it, guys. That's my latest Pickups Haul update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. There you have it. Till next time. Thanks for checking it out. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I would appreciate it. And as always, take care.